I've been to France and to Paris more times than I can count now, but Paris never disappoints, and students really enjoy two facets of the trip. One is obviously the really touristy part where they get to go and visit the Eiffel Tower, and they get to go and have their first crepe or their first croissant. But then they also have this opportunity to kind of go behind the scenes and look at really challenging topics such as immigration, religion, language, and culture. And you can't really experience these themes without getting to know people or looking at Paris in a non-touristy way. We also spend time in the south of France, which is very different from Paris, and students there have the opportunity to see a different pace, a different type of lifestyle, and a different theme than what we cover in Paris. So these differing ideas make the trip really well-rounded for all of the students. I would tell a student to go, to find any way possible to study abroad, to make every sacrifice, to set a goal to do this, because it's a life-changing experience. You will not be the same. You get to see the world in a different way, but you also get to see yourself in a different way. You get to discover new ideas, a new way of life. You get to learn what it's like to be different in someone else's home, in someone else's country. And all of these experiences will really broaden your life and will make you a better person. Well, for me, I really enjoy watching the students going into elementary, middle, and high schools in France and working with French students, some of them being native-born French students and some of them being immigrants to France, and teaching these students English. It's fun to think about the far-reaching implications of their involvement with students in France and this experience teaching English. The experience that's most worthwhile and interesting is watching the personal growth and development of the students. And in particular, I have had a number of students who have never been on a plane before, and they come to my office and talk to me about being interested in studying abroad and how exciting it is, but they're a real concern about never having been on a plane and then knowing that they're going to make a transatlantic flight to France and being on this plane from 9 to 12 hours. And it's really fun to watch them board the plane, take this plane trip, and then arrive in France and be there among French-speaking people in an environment they've never seen before, and then become a real traveler as opposed to a tourist. Some of the immersion tactics that we use are that our students are required to actually go out and meet French people. They go out and talk to them the best way they can. Some of the students speak French before they leave, and some students don't. And they have this chance to figure out how to communicate with someone whose first language isn't the same as their own language in a foreign setting. And students find this, on the one hand, very worrisome and scary. And then once we arrive in France, they find it very exhilarating and exciting to actually go out and identify someone and meet them and try to communicate with them. So this immersion technique is really useful because it gives students the opportunity to kind of learn something new about themselves and find courage that they may not have thought that they had, and then also to meet someone they've never known before.